In this week's GeForce Now news, oh, we got a big one today. The RTX 3080 tier gets renamed to Ultimate, and we have all the details. Stay tuned. Well guys, I was close. As you might have heard, the GeForce Now RTX 3080 tier has been renamed to the Ultimate tier. Now, if you're a regular viewer of the channel, you'll know that I predicted they would have to do this. Unfortunately, I was guessing they would name it Titan tier. I guess I was close enough. The CES Special Address really gave us some great info on not only the name change, but the upgrades to what the Ultimate tier will bring. The new Ultimate will get new Ada Lovelace RTX 4080 hardware to handle the new games that we've been mentioning that have been slacking lately. And apparently, Nvidia noticed that they were slacking as well. Now the new RTX 4080 SuperPod will have 64 teraflops of power, which is estimated to be around 5 times of an Xbox Series X. These machines will be capable of running full ray tracing with the latest DLSS 3. These cards also make it possible to run your game in 240Hz with the power of Nvidia Reflex. This will lower your latency a ton. This will be extremely beneficial to those playing FPS games to lower your latency, especially if you're further from a GeForce Now server. Take a look at this example. So what kind of support can you expect from the new Ultimate tier upgrade? Get ready for 240 FPS streaming up to 1080p resolution devices, ultra-wide monitor support, and 4K gaming at 120 FPS. Good times to be had. Now what's great about this upgrade is that it's not gonna cost you a thing. They are keeping the same price for this tier. If you are an RTX 3080 member, you don't have to do anything. If you haven't noticed, they have already changed the app to reflect the Ultimate name change for current RTX 3080 members. They plan to roll out the hardware upgrade later this month. Now this is pure speculation, but it's been rumored by some viewers that they'll be using the new Nvidia L40G card for this tier. Now for those who don't know, servers don't use PC consumer cards for cloud gaming. They use workstation cards like this one, and right now, the Nvidia L40G performance is better than an RTX 4090. Pure awesomeness. You better believe we'll dive more into this in our upcoming benchmark video. Now, what happens to the old RTX 3080 cards? The A10G cards, which were running the RTX 3080 tier, will still be used by Ultimate members. These cards will be used for games that don't necessarily need 4080 caliber power. Now the expansion for GeForce Now is also insane. We've touched on this in previous GeForce Now updates, but GeForce Now is expanding to other countries including South Africa, Malaysia, and Armenia through their GeForce Now partner network. GeForce Now has also reached over 1,500 games and 25 million members. Cloud gaming is definitely on the rise. On top of the 4080 upgrade, Nvidia has been involved with car automation. Now what does this have to do with GeForce Now, you say? Good question. Well, surprisingly, they included the ability to stream GeForce Now to several of these car brands, starting with the brands here. Soon, you'll be able to play GeForce Now natively on cars from these brands. You'll be able to hit it from the front and the back. And I'm pretty sure internet will be a completely separate price, but that's a whole nother story. Now, are you looking to try out the Ultimate tier for free? AT&T joined forces with Nvidia to kick off 2023 with a brand new GeForce Now offer that gives gamers 6 months of the Ultimate membership on them. Starting January 19th, both wireless and internet customers can qualify. It's simple. You need to be one of 2 types of customers. You can be a new or existing AT&T 5G customer with an eligible 5G device or qualifying unlimited 5G rate plan. Or the second option is you can be a new AT&T Fiber customer. More information on the AT&T gaming page, link in the description. Now the Ultimate tier changes sound great, but let's talk about something you need to know about the new internet and hardware requirements to support these changes. Ultimate members can enjoy up to 4K, 1440p, and 1600p resolutions. 120 FPS and 240 FPS will require displays that support 120 and 240 Hz respectively. Here are the minimum internet download recommendations for current resolutions. You'll need a minimum of 45 megabits per second to stream 4K at 120 FPS. You'll need at least 35 megabits per second for 1440p and 1600p for streaming at 120 FPS. Now please note that the highest resolution for streaming at 240Hz is 1080p, and they recommend at least 35 megabits per second for this. They highly suggest an Ethernet connection or a really good 5 GHz Wi-Fi connection, as I've always stated. They are still working on system requirements for ultra-wide monitors, so stay tuned for more info on those. Finally, GeForce Now is all about the games. One beloved game, Portal, gets a free update to support ray tracing. Portal, with RTX, has been added to GeForce Now. This ray-traced reimagining of Valve's classic game was built using a revolutionary modding tool called NVIDIA RTX Remix. This brings the test chambers of Portal's aperture science to life. More big titles are on the way, and as announced at the CES 2023 this week, members can expect to see the very impressive game Atomic Heart, plus the very controversial game The Day Before. Both will be joining GeForce Now when they release later this year. Stay tuned for future GeForce Now Thursday updates for more details. Now on top of this, there are 24 new games joining GeForce Now this month. View the full list of games in the blog post located in the description. There are 5 of those that got added today. First we have Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, the game, Complete Edition, a new release on Steam. Carrier Command 2, available on Steam. Project Hospital, available on Steam. Portal with RTX, available on Steam. Severed Steel, available in the Epic Game Store. If you like this week's news overview of GeForce Now, feel free to give us a like. Also, make sure to subscribe to keep it locked right here at the only place where you can do battle in gaming heaven, Cloud Gaming Battle.